Hi, this is Lou from Lou's Antiques and Collectibles, and we are at the Michigan Antique Festivals in Midland, Michigan. This is part 4 of 6 of a series that we did because we stayed the whole weekend here, and boy did we have fun. There was lots of vendors outside and inside and lots of good stuff to eat and all kinds of nice entertainment and a car show too. So let's hear from Matt about the festival.
Yeah, we have live bands and singers for all of our shows. We want to make this more of a festival atmosphere, so come on out, get some food, go shopping, and listen to some of the artists that we have playing.
So we're going to go into the Agricultural Education Building to see what kind of vendors we have in here. And here's a nice overall shot. And there was lots of toys in this building, so this was kind of fun for me to see. I'm dabbling in toys these days, so I'm getting some education on what to buy and what not to buy, and the values of some of the items. So that was cool. And it's also nice for if you want to complete a set, you can find all those parts that go along with your set. This vendor had everything categorized by characters, so it made it really easy to find different objects that you might be looking for. So there was a lot of cool stuff in here, and everything was so organized and easy to see. Here's the Micro Machine Galaxy.
Hi, I'm Lynn Freiberger. I own the business called Micro Machines Galaxy. I discovered these in 2017 because I love miniatures, anything tiny. When I discovered these, I was debating upon whether to go ahead and have the business at all, starting a brand new business as old as I am, but it seemed to be viable. So I went ahead and got the business started in 2017 and have been looking for everything that Galoob, LGT, early Hasbro has been producing. They have evidently produced more than 6,000 variants between 1985 and 96, actually almost to 99. Hasbro approached them in 96 because they wanted to have their intellectual property for the miniaturization so they can have it for their Star Wars, Star Trek, and Marvel movies. When Hasbro bought them out finally in 99, someone sued Hasbro for a choking hazard, and Hasbro decided they wanted to not have any more problems, so they destroyed all the original Galoob, LGT, and early Hasbro molds. Then in 2020, they decided they wanted to cash in on the Micro Machines, brought them out in 2020, but they're not nearly as good as the original because the original has a lot more detail, a lot more variants. The games, the play sets are awesome. The other thing we do is that we repair and refurbish the play sets. If they're not mint in box that we can acquire, then we go ahead and take all the best of all the parts and pieces and make it so as if it had come out of the box, but you don't have the box.
Put your face on it.
Abracadabra, I want another car.
Oh!
And it has rolling axles.
Oh my goodness.
And that's what these...
That is cool. Neat. I didn't know they made those. I've never seen those. Look at that. 3. Oh, that's great. That's great.
Those were super cool. Thanks for the information. Here's Sanford Antique Mall. They have a big variety of objects. Here's some frogs, and those are used for flower arrangements. And here's another type of frog. It's more done by wire rather than the holes in glassware or in plastic. Oh, I love that red purse. I have one similar to that in my booth, but with a lucite handle that hasn't sold yet, which I'm surprised because red purses are kind of hard to come by. Here's a nice piece of furniture. And that was cool too. If I had a place for that thing with all the slots, I would have bought that too. You could really organize a lot of good stuff there. Here's some more nice kitchen tools, all kinds of beaters. They made a huge variety of beaters back in the day. I don't know if I've seen any two very much the same. Here's the Fire King Dinnerware in Jadeite by Anchor Hocking. And here's the Turquoise Blue by the Anchor Hocking Glass Company. And this is RS Prussia. china, and this is something I need to learn more about because it can be quite valuable. Very nice. And there's a nice collar box. And that was for the men back in the Victorian days to store their collars. And lots of nice fenton in this booth. The cranberry glasses, some of my favorites. Here's some nice blue pieces. And some clear depression glass. And here's another overall of the building. These buildings were really packed, so they took some time to go through. If you really looked at everything in every booth, it would take you some time. It took us 2 days to do it all. Here's Sinclair Antiques. And there is a cherry pitter, and I am looking for one. And that one was reasonably priced, but it was missing the handle. So I ended up finding one later on. So, but that was a good price for those. They can be pretty expensive. And here's some more quick kitchen tools. We're going to be doing an upcoming video on various kitchen tools, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I'm working on buying quite a few of them because I want to demonstrate some of them in the video. And here's some glassware and some vintage clothing. And that was a nice needlepoint purse, or tapestry purse, I should say. And I would have bought that. It was only $5, but the latch was not holding on it. But man, that would have been a good deal. I probably could have fixed it with the pliers, but I didn't want to break anything on it, so I ended up passing on that. And here's Jewelry Specialist. And I want to give a shout out to, we met a couple in the main building on the second day, and they watch the videos all the time, and I don't want to say their names, but we were really glad to meet them, and they were super nice. And here's some more jewelry from Jewelry Specialists. They had a variety of sterling pieces. And here's some more jewelry from them. Some old and new mixed together. And this was a big case of sterling with some natural gems. And they even had some gold items in there. Beautiful. Here's a whole case full of rings. I really like those cameo rings. Those were quite nice. They had a ton of jewelry. And here's some turquoise jewelry that they had. It was all laid out in cases like this. And that particular necklace shape is called a squash blossom necklace. So I wanted you folks to know that. I've seen it in a variety of different colors and a variety of different decorations around it, but that general shape is called a squash blossom necklace. And it was Native American jewelry that was made by a variety of the different groups. And I've seen it, like I said, in different colors and that sort of thing. But that general design with the like the moon shape that's pointing downward is that. Ooh, what a cool old sign. Stock car races. Lots of good advertising. And here's Candles by Lakeisha. And we got to see them at the Davisburg show. They had lots of candle melts and lots of various candles. Super nice. And this gentleman had a variety of things that he was selling from his restaurant that he used to have. And right now, he was our singer in a couple of our videos, and he is the head of Way It Was Entertainment, the Star Salute tribute shows. So he's going to talk to us in a minute about the various memorabilia that he had that he is trying to sell at this point. So let's take a listen to him.
All right, well, the things you see here today are mainly things I've collected through the years, last 50 years to be exact. Artists, Tom Peterson, things that are numbered and signed. I also have things that are just general fun stuff, like here's a picture of Grand Rapids in the mid-1960s. Cruising albums, radio broadcasts. Of course, this one right here has got to be my favorite, old Blue Eyes himself. And the signed autograph things that we owned a 50s diner restaurant, and we hung all these things on the wall. These come from Pieces of a Past out of Las Vegas. They get the signatures and they mat them and frame them. Beautiful artwork. Interested in anything at all? Give me a call. My name is Gary Dixon, 810-441-9075. Gary Dixon, be glad to help you out. All right, thank you.
That gentleman was so nice. He sang for us a couple of times because he does the impersonations also for his shows. So we have some nice crocheted items here. And a viewer had mentioned that it's the people that make the crocheted items, it's very difficult to make a profit because so much money goes into the yarn, and I do believe that, but I think these people just love it, and that's why they do it, and their profit is probably very minimum. Here's Pam's Pantry. Various dips. They look pretty good. They got samples there. You could try everything, which is nice before you buy it, so you know exactly what you want. And here's Mr. Pez. And lots of Pez and lots of other toys this person had. Some Disney puzzles and all kinds of old Fisher-Price toys. That boat there I had that for my son. I guess I should have kept it. It became quite a collectible. And this was so nice because he had all the little Fisher-Price people in these cases. So if you needed like one particular person to complete your collection and that set, you could do it very easily because they were all organized, which is really nice because sometimes even if you're selling something, you're missing one piece and it sells better if you have it complete. So those folks are good to look for things when you are trying to complete sets. He had a big variety. I think my sister had that house, that blue and yellow house, when she was a kid, which was many years ago. And he had a variety of other different toys too. And there's all kinds of Pez for $3 each. And lots of Hot Wheels. And this is 2 old models. And they had some various different cars and trucks and some games. They had a nice light up globe there. Lots of collectible cars and some old gum machines. I actually had a gum machine like that I sold that I did quite well on it. This is Whimsical Sprites, and this is their QR code. I'll take you right to their site if you're interested in any of the objects they have or anything they have online. They had a nice variety of toys. And different plush items and some Pokemon items, which is back in vogue. I remember Pokemon came around the first time. I believe it was around the 90s. Maybe 80s, 90s. My kids were very into them. And of course, we got rid of everything. We should have kept it. This is Unique Decor and More. And they have some beautiful plaques to hang up on the walls. And lots of nice signs for your home decor. And cute little gnome signs. The gnomes have become very popular these days. I can remember when they were popular in the 70s. This is Central Michigan Estate Sales. And they had a large variety of items with some old toys and some cards and comic books and lots of different figures in the original containers. That's pretty cool. It always amazes me when I see some of these toys in their original containers. And this is a variety of different Pyrex patterns. And some old pictures. And that's a cylinder phonograph there. And I've actually seen people use those at the show and start playing them. They work pretty good.
My name is Robert, and it's Robert's Antiques.
And tell us a little bit about these tin pictures.
Well, they're three different types of photographs. This one right here is called daguerreotype, and they were made starting in, it's the very first form of photography, started in 1838 till about 1855. And then they came out with this type of photography, which is called the amber type. This one was about 1853 to 1860. And then they came out with the tin types, which were easier to produce, and many more were made. And these were made between about 1860 to about 1875.
I'm going to get a quick shot of the whole thing.
And this is a glass negative of Queen Victoria and her husband.
Ooh, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, this is about 1800, 1870, something like that, right before he passed away.
Wow. That's a pretty rare find.
Yep, and this is another glass plate, a large glass plate, about 1890.
Okay, thank you very much.
You bet.
And here's some more items they had in their booth. Some glassware and some hats. And some old cast iron pots. There was so much to choose from. Every video that we did, there's a variety of different things. It's amazing how much things that people have and the items that they bring. This is a piece of Frankoma pottery here, the wagon wheel teapot. So if you're looking for something, this is really the show to go to because it's so huge. You're bound to find something related to it. And this is Just Say It Tees. And they had some toys, and they also have quite a variety of t-shirts that they make up. So here were some of the toys. Huge variety of toys in this building, and here's some of the t-shirts that they made. Now in Davisburg they had a whole building of toys. The toys were kind of integrated throughout, but this particular building seemed like it had more than some of the other buildings. But very cool. Very nice t-shirts. I like that one there. I should have picked that one. But the butterfly. That one's really pretty. Another thing I should have bought that I didn't. Here's Simple Treasures, handmade crafts. And they made these various animals out of material. It just amazes me the work that goes into some of these things. And sometimes the prices will seem a little higher to some people, but you have to realize there's hours and hours put into these items. And if you've ever done crafts, you know the value of crafts. So you have a different perspective of it because you know how much work it takes to make these things. Some cute little purses that they made. Cosmetic cases. And here's some more toys. Oh, there's the Fisher-Price Schoolhouse up there. And my sister had that also. And they're nicely organized by types of characters. There's a whole bunch of Smurfs. My husband used to collect those Smurf figurines when we were dating. That was many years ago. And we should have kept them because they got really collectible. But I think we got rid of them a while ago. That's why they're so valuable now, because we all got rid of our stuff. But toys, they never really go bad. I mean, they wear really well. Old toys do. And here's all kinds of figured Casper the Ghost. And more Fisher-Price stuff. And we're going to see what else now we can find outside. There was so many dealers outside. Like I said, it took us 2 days. It was over 1,000 dealers. It was crazy. It was so nice. So much fun. And these are some nice boxes. This is three-legged dog antiques. And this tray here, I should have bought that. That would be so cool, especially at a show, to put jewelry in those various compartments. That was really neat. I know it was for tools, but I would like to use that for jewelry. That would have been really nice. And I debated and never went home with it. And this is another really nice one. It was for nails, but what a great storage thing to put jewelry in and display. That would be really cool also. And this thing here is called a cranberry scoop. And it helps you get the cranberries out of the water. I believe they flood the fields when they do cranberries. So that's the scoop to get them out. And here's some more nice furniture. Nice farmhouse pieces. Painted. And here's another variety of wood items. And a pretty lady picture. And here's some more kitchen tools. And these were like miniature kitchen tools. They were like kids' kitchen tools, which was so neat. But they were the old ones. So those were super cool. And here's some more advertising. And some tractors. And a nice old cabinet. And look at all these beautiful vintage clothes. Seams by Sarah. She had a lot of nice clothes. That's one thing I didn't really look at too much is the clothes. And I probably should have bought a few things. Some of them were really neatly done. Lots of old flannel shirts. And some old vintage clothes. And pieces kind of sewn together from various different pieces, which were really cool. And here's some more of her booth. Very creative. Some of these folks are real artists. They know how to do things. There's some nice shirts. And a nice display with an old suitcase. And this is a step back in time vintage. And they got a variety of things. That's a cool idea to put a table on top of a table. I might use that idea. Because look at all the stuff you can put on there. How neat. Very nice china cabinet. With a desk in it. And some glassware and china. And a nice old rocking chair. Here's some more nice shelves. And some painted farmhouse looking furniture. And those old quilts look cute as tablecloths. Oh, this piece was so pretty. I've never seen that cranberry piece of Fenton like that with the white on the edge. I've seen silver crust, but not with the white on the edge. Now this I took pictures of because we're going to be doing a kitchen special. And I have seen this grater many times. I think I even bought one. And everybody says it's a cheese grater, but this was the original box. So I got to see what it's actually for. So there was a huge variety of things you can use this for. So I wanted to show them the camera so I would remember all the different things that this grater can be used for. And that's the original box, and you can't get any better than that. So, and you rarely find the original box on those things. So we got cheese and coconut and breadcrumbs, crackers, chocolate, eggs, dry soap, chips, and many other uses. So there we go. Now we know what it's used for. So there's no questioning on that. And they had lots more kitchen items here. And this was kind of like a whisk or a stir. And the lady had told me this was handmade. Imagine all the work it took to make that. That's really interesting. And this is another knife sharpener. And we saw a lot of knife sharpeners while we were there. This was an unusual one too. I probably should have bought one of those. I'm sure they work pretty good. And here's a nice spatula. Old one. And that's for potato ricing. And she also told me it was for squash too. What a cute bench for your front porch that would make. And this is the Lucky Clover. And their furniture was really reasonably priced here. So if you needed furniture, this is a place to come. And those little dressers there were only like $15 each. The first one that we showed you was like $125. I mean, that's like garage sale prices. That little table was only $10. Why I didn't buy it, I have no clue. But that should have been coming home with me because that was really cute and the price was right. And here's a beautiful dresser here. And some more flowers on a chair. Some old pocket watches. Some perfume bottles. And this little tree here was so cute. I found the box and I thought, oh, it's just the box. Where's the tree at? So I'm looking and looking, the original box, and lo and behold, I finally found it. But what a cute item. Those little elves sell so well. And then with the tree with it, oh, that would be a quick seller in my booth for sure. And here it is with the little elves all over it. How cute is that? The price wasn't right for me as reselling it, but as a collector, that was super cute. And everything was intact, which was amazing. So they took very good care of it, whoever originally had it. How cool. And here's some more beer steins. And some wood items. Lots of little animal statues. And here's some more jewelry. My favorite, of course. These purses are beautiful. I collect these. Most of these are the Whiting and Davis purses with the mesh like that. Very nice. And lots more jewelry. Boy, you could, if you needed a special piece for an occasion, you sure could find it here. They had a big variety of jewelry. This is not my first rodeo. And we did some footage of them at the Davisburg show. But they were outside today at the Midland show, and they had lots of cool furniture, lots of new items that they didn't have at the previous show. So it would be cool to come and see them twice, to see all the new stuff that they brought. That painted furniture is so beautiful, and it's not easy, let me tell you. I tried to paint some furniture, and I do a little table now and then, but it is work, and you got to know what to do, because mine never turned out that good. Here's a little old Easy Bake Oven. And a couple little nightstands. And this is the woodworker and the artist. That was a pretty old lamp. And that thing there is a fan. My grandmother had one of those on the floor. And I'll tell you what, it kicked out some pretty good air too on those hot summer days. Here's a nice dining room set. Somebody made the table, and I believe they painted the chairs. Oh, this was a cute bar set. And that was $495. That was all handmade by those folks. And these were cute too, to hold the various glasses. These shirts are so neat. I want to try my hand at this. Might be one of those mistakes. I'll have to do this outside. But they used various bleach, and I don't know if it's actually bleach itself or dye or what they use to make these shirts have the different patterns on them. They're so cute. I've got to try one of those. I might have to do a video on that. Hopefully it doesn't turn out to be a big mess. But like I said, I think I'll try that outside. And here, this dealer here had a huge variety of books. From poetry on up. And this is Creative Antiques. Cute old scale. And it had the little dish thing on the top, which you usually don't see. And lots of other items. A beautiful mirror for your perfumes. And some linens. And here's some more linens. And blankets. And nice old tablecloths. And there's an old Barbie box there. That was cute. I got a bunch of old Barbies at a garage sale one time from the 60s, and they were really nice, but they must have been stored in the basement, and they had like a mildew smell on them. I think I had to wash them 6 or 7 times to get that out of there. So always smell those things like that before you buy them, because that was some work. This dealer had a lot of primitives and lots of different pottery. and a coffee grinder. And this is redware pottery. Now, I am not that knowledgeable about pottery, but the dealer was showing me which pieces that he had that were redware pottery. And he had quite a bit of it. He had some really nice old pieces. I guess that was a piece also of the redware. Oh, that was slipware, excuse me. That was not the redware, it was slipware. That's what he told me. So, like I said, I'm not really knowledgeable in this area. So if you see something that we have said that's incorrect, please always correct us. We're all trying to learn too. So sometimes we make mistakes and we want to get things as correct as possible. So don't feel bad about that. Just go ahead and correct us. And this was a big batch of toys here. And a lot of them in those bins in the beginning were only 2 for $1. They had some cute dolls too. Of course, I was looking for Monster High dolls because those are really good sellers in my booth. Lots of Disney princess dolls. And the American Girl looking dolls. And lots of tie beanies and plush items. And some of these characters I'm not familiar with these days because my kids are all grown up, so I'm going to have to get re-familiar with a lot of them if I'm going to be dealing in toys. And here's a dealer waving to us, and she had lots of cool clothing. And I was in her booth for a while, and I should have bought more. Those shirts were so cute, and everything was really reasonable. I think it was like $6 or something like that. And they were super cute. But usually when I go home and watch these videos, I'm thinking, man, I should have bought that, or I should have bought that. But you don't always do it at the time. You feel like you're spending so much money, so you kind of slow down. But in reality, I should have picked up a few more things. These are cute baby clothes. And we have a friend that had a little boy, so we did get a couple little outfits for them. All brand new, never used. Cute little dinosaurs. And it even included the shoes. Lots of cute baby stuff. And here's another dinosaur outfit. For boys and for girls. And a lot of it was Carter's. Oh, that's cute. That little yellow dress was really cute too. And here's another dinosaur outfit. And they had a variety of different sizes too, depending on what you needed. It was kind of nice. I don't know if they buy pallets or how they get their stuff, but it was nice. Everything was all brand new with the tags on it, and that kind of stuff for me is a little bit fun. It's not necessarily the antique stuff, but it's still kind of fun to have a few dealers like that, or you could buy a few things for yourself, and not always buying things for the business for me. So I like to look at those things for myself.
Girl Scout cookies are delicious and nutritious.
So to recap, the show has lots of dealers outside and inside, food, entertainment, and a car show. And this is Lou from Lou's Antiques saying goodbye, and we'll see you again.
Come on out and rescue a piece of American history at Michigan's largest treasure hunt.